Wow, it feels like a long time since I've done one of these. Uh, Hello there, guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2011 Plateosaurus by CollectA. I'm a little bit rusty at this, but today I'm going to start off with a bit of a rant. This is one of two Plateosaur figures you can get from CollectA, and they're both in a pose like this. Their old Lufingosaurus is actually in a worse pose because it's got its head turned to the side. But if you want a Plateosaur that is in a more reasonable pose, like sort of parallel to the ground sort of thing, you'll either have to search through eBay for hours upon hours to find the old Carnegie one, because that no longer is sold, or there's the PNSO Lufingosaurus, which is ridiculously expensive and really not worth it, in my opinion. I mean, unless you're a collector or something, but if you just need a Plateosaur that you're going to use a couple of times, I wouldn't recommend it, but I got this one. I got this because it's in a bit more of a reasonable pose, and it, like, angled like that, it's not so bad. Anyway, I'll try and stop rambling and actually get into the review itself. So, according to the image in the catalogue, I was a little bit skeptical at first, because it did kind of look like it was dragging its tail, but it's actually not. And some of the promo images make it look kind of grey, but it's actually greyish green. And then some of these stripes aren't really as obvious as I would have liked. Speaking of the stripes, they don't line up properly over the torso. Like, they do line up on the tail and the neck, but not on the torso. And this stripe right here is not on the other side. So that's a bit of a problem. I do like the eyes. They're kind of a pale blue. It's pretty neat. Detail on the inside of the mouth is present, but quite difficult to see. There are some quality control issues, like paint from the claws bleeding onto the toes and the fingers, especially the little ones, like here. The choice of colours isn't that bad. I do notice CollectA's early sauropods are either grey, green, or brown, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, like, as I said before, like, for the things I'll be using this for, it's pretty easy to just have it there forward and it can sort of look decent. Right, accuracy stuff. I think the legs are too short. This is roughly 140 scale, I think. I measured it this morning, and I think it's based on what used to be P. Engelhardi, which is no longer valid, which is the one that's like 8 to 10 meters. Pronated hands, unfortunately, and it's got 5 claws when these two fingers shouldn't have claws. But, the first finger's actually too long and the claw isn't long enough, but fingers 2 and 3 are not bad, except for the fact that, of course, that the hands are pronated. And this arm, I think, that wrist movement doesn't look very realistic. That's more human-esque. It does have 5 toes, but I think the first toe at least should be on the ground, I think. I don't actually know that much about Plateosaurids, but middle 3 toes are not bad, but this one should probably be longer. This is the weird thing about Plateosaurids, is that their ancestors look like theropods, and so they have all these weird things. Head's shrink-wrapped, unfortunately, but it does have ear holes, which is quite nice. One last thing I would say with the pose is that, yes, it can stand with the tail off the ground, but it's a little bit front heavy. Like, beyond that point, it's alright, but anywhere from... yes, that. So, I think with the pose and the pretty stock standard early collector detail and the colours and everything, but with the minor factory defects, I think I'm gonna give this a 4.3. Yeah. For some size comparisons, we got my mini Diplodocus from the last review, my only other Triassic dinosaur in my collection, which is the 2010 Herrerasaurus, standard of the Papodimetrodon, and then because I'm going to be using this as a Glacialosaurus in the project I bought it for, here's the Safari Cryo, and they actually scale quite well. And then here's the behemoth of the CollectA Dreadnoughtus, which can't even fit in frame. Yeah, so with all that out of the way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.